All right, before the video starts, I forgot to say this in the original recording, but like and subscribe because I noticed y'all are watching the videos, but y'all aren't liking or subscribing. So do that. All right, later. Enjoy the video. I did not like the movie. Like, it was pretty bad, the story kind of sucks, and it just pretty much did the same thing that the second one did. Now, I don't know if it like really differentiated from the first one because I only saw the first one on DVD, and the DVD was so scratched up that after a while it would get uh, stuff like that. So like that really only got me to the part where Jake Sully gets he gets pushed off track by the weird uh, black monster that only shows up in that movie, never seen again. And I get to that part, right? And then the DVD just refuses to work, right? So that's how much I've seen. I've seen this one, the second one, like pretty much just the first act of the first one. So I would not call myself a fan of these movies. Um, like the first one, I haven't seen enough of it to give an opinion on it. The second one, I didn't like the second one. Because I don't know, the main character suffers from Gary Sue syndrome. He's um, he's just way more better than the humans. That I never have to fear. There's no tension whenever he's going against them because I know he's just gonna win anyway. And you can say that with pretty much any main character, but it's really apparent in the Avatar movies because there's he just does kills all the humans without even trying. It's just so effortless that okay, man, you know yeah. And I'll get more into why I didn't like the second one later, because again, they just did the second one again for the third one. All right, so the third movie, I wrote it down here because I get kind of off track when discussing movie plots, So so the family, Jake Sully, his wife, the two kids, the two adopted kids, Spider and Katie. They're still chilling in the Water Tribe after the second movie. I'm assuming, I'm just gonna assume y'all have seen the second movie because, this is not a review of the second movie; it's a review of the third one. Yeah. So they're still chilling in the Water Tribe, right? But then the Spider's he has his oxygen tank on his face because he's human. The humans can't breathe the Navi air, right? So he has this oxygen tank, and every now and then, after a while, he has to replace the battery in it so he can continue breathing, right? So the movie starts off with the battery dying, and he's just saying yeah. So they're struggling, trying to find the other battery, and luckily, just in time, they find the battery, stick it in the mask. Now he's breathing again, right? And they realize, hey, this kid, he can't live like this with us, We gotta send him back to the sky people where he comes from, So they hitch a ride with the air tribe, right? And they're on these big flying whales, right? And they use that in order to go around trading with people, right? So the plan is they're all gonna go on this ride with the air tribe, right? And take them to the humans, just dump them off, and then dip, right? A reverse adoption. And so they're as they're doing that, right? They're on the sky whales. I don't know what they're called, and I don't care. So as they're on the sky whales, it gets attacked by the fire tribe. like a series called Avatar, and they have all these tribes: the Earth tribe, the Water tribe, the Fire tribe, and even the Air tribe. When has that been done before? Okay, yeah, but okay, I'm getting off topic. Okay, so it gets attacked by the Fire tribe, and these Fire tribe people, they're the evil Na'vi, right? All the other Na'vi tribes, like, oh, we love peace and whatnot. Ooh, yeah, holding hands. Let's go hug some trees. Ooh, yeah. But these Fire tribe, they're pretty like, uh, they like to capture and kill all the other tribes, steal their stuff. They're kind of like they're kind of against everybody until later on, and so they attack the sky whales, and the kids get lost from the two parents, right? Yeah, and as they're running from the fire tribe, Spider's his air tank starts dying again, so he's going like, yeah, and yeah, it turns out the other battery is still in the sky whale. So they're gonna have to go back to the sky whale in order to, grab the battery so he can live. But so as he's sitting there, I don't know. I just have fun doing that. As they're sitting there, like the deity of the Navi world, deity of the planet, like she doesn't want the Spider to die. So she puts some bacteria type stuff into his lungs. So now he can breathe the Navi air, and they kind of have like a symbiotic relationship going on. And he even starts to develop one of the Navi tails, the rat tails that they have in the back of their heads. So he starts to develop that, right? But then over back at the Sky Whale, Jake Sully and General Coleridge. Again, I'm going to assume you've seen the first and second one, so I don't have to explain all this. General Coleridge, the bad guy, they team up to go find Spider, because Spider is General Coleridge's son. Well, sort of. Coleridge is a clone of the original Coleridge, so they're technically not blood related, but Coleridge has the memories of the previous Coleridge. That's basically just his character. Yeah. So they go to find Spider, right? And then they realize, this kid can breathe air. But then all of them, they get captured by the Fire Tribe. And then, I forget how they got out of that. Again, I saw this movie 2 weeks ago, and it was just too stupid to remember, So they get captured by the Fire Tribe, and they introduce the evil villain girl. I forget her name, but she was a really interesting character. I really liked her character. So she has this thing on the back of her rat tail. If she hooks it up to another rat tail, it zips them, they start spazzing out. It's kind of to torture them, And so she has that, all right, and she uses that to get information out of them, and so I forget how. So they get out of that. I forget how. Anyways, so they escape from there, right, and Jake Sully doesn't want to go back with Coleridge, so he just screws off somewhere else, right? But then he goes back to the human town. They set up a town in the Navi world. He goes back to the human town, and he's like, yo, this kid can breathe the Navi air, so we don't have to live inside and wear these masks when we walk out. Now the human's goal is to capture Spider in order to so they can breathe the air and colonize the world. So So the humans, they capture Jake Sully and Spider, and they're trapped in the human world. Oh wait, but before that, Coleridge, he teams up with the Fire Lady, to like, he gives them weapons, and in exchange they work for him, and because, like, the fire, and right. So they team up, they capture them, and now the Fire Tribe and the humans are working together. All right, so they team up, they capture Jake Sully and Spider, and now they're in the human town. Jake Sully's in this glass compartment, to where, like, in the middle of town, so you're gonna get collectively booed, like, boo, you betrayed the human race. And Spider, he gets sent off to this testing facility, and in the testing facility, like, they're doing all these tests on him. They're like getting inside his lungs, yeah. So Kohler says, "Hey, that's my son. Lay off him for a little bit." So they have this heartfelt moment in there, in his holding room. Yeah, and like, it was a pretty good scene where, like, he still kind of views him as a son, but like but like Spider just still despises him, And like, I thought there was gonna go somewhere, but like, Spider, he has to keep dog tags of his dead father, right? So of course, Coleridge, he hands it to him, right? And then he dips from the room, and this elite society, this human race in the future. I can't remember what year is it. Like, probably like 2157. So this elite society, they leave him in a room, and Spider uses the dog tag to unscrew a vent, right? Take the vent cap off, and then he just goes through the vent. He's in the hallway. They didn't give him any more security. This chosen one guy, and they locked him in a room to where he can escape with his fingernail. He unscrewed 4 screws, and he escaped. They gave him no no one guarded his room, and no one was in the hallway. This entire city, like, is keeping an eye on this guy, and he escapes with us. Like, he could have just escaped with a penny in his pocket. Oh wait, he has no pockets. He doesn't wear clothes. Okay, I don't know. In between his butt cheeks or something. I don't know. That was his master escape plan. It's such lazy writing, and like, and he dips in the hallway, like, and like, I can't believe it. He finds some janitor's dreads, and yeah, and he wears those to disguise himself, right? But over in the, like, a different human part, like, they're talking about, like, I forget what they were talking about, but they were gonna kill a bunch of whales or something, space whales, not the sky whales, the sea whales that are smarter than humans. But like, and they have their own society, but they're still whales, it's just so dumb. And this guy's like, "Oh, I like nature." So somehow he managed to get in this big space scooper. I don't know what they're called in the human world, but those things that, like, scoop up dirt in the construction sites. He gets in this big, I'll just call it a forklift. It's not a forklift, but I'll just call it that, because, like, honestly, he could have just done this with a big forklift. Okay, this big armored truck that, like, he just gets in and is magically able to control it. He drives that over to Jake Sully's place, and they just kept him in a glass thing. He crushes the glass thing, and Jake Sully's able to escape. And, like, why would they armor this construction vehicle so much? like, because like the bullets are just bouncing off of it, but like, why is that necessary to have that much armor on this one little thing? And like, because in the real world, they're just in their glass compartments that, like, if somebody decides to, take advantage of this construction equipment, they can just shoot through the glass and like, you know, like in the Death Excavator, I forget what it was called, but like back in like 2004, this one guy, he was so like mad about his government that he used his excavator to like crush back like town hall libraries and whatnot. And that's a really interesting story about a man just being pushed to his limits. Yeah, but like he still had to like weld a bunch of steel to his thing, so like the government couldn't just shoot him, you know. And he ended up taking his own life before they could get to him, which like he probably was only got to get like 20 years, you know. But it's a real neat story. But like it also explains why this doesn't make sense, because he had to modify that, you know. And like there was like not they just left the keys in the ignition of this like big death machine in the movies where you could just drive over and like release Jake Sully. And like he gets introduced like so late. I don't think he was in the first or the second movie. He gets introduced just as a plot device so Jake Sully can get out of this situation. And like that's also like fills the Gary Souness, because like even when he's in a situation he cannot possibly get out of on his own, luck just comes in and saves him. It's so stupid. Even his wife, so she goes in to she enters the town disguised as one of the Fire Tribe members, right? And she gets into the fire lady's tent, and she tries to like interrogate her or maybe kill her, you know, to find the location of her husband, right? But then Coleridge comes back in and like, hey, what you doing to my girl? Yeah, he comes in, and the wife lady has to run. So she gets on her sky horse, and she starts escaping, right? And they're going at max 30 miles an hour or something, right? Just on these sky horses. And like the fire lady's also on her sky horse. She's following them and she's firing bullets. And like they have stormtrooper aim. All the bullets miss, and like it doesn't make sense because she's just flying around. Bullets travel at over 1,000 feet per second. All right, faster than sound, and these are future bullets, so they're probably going even faster. Like it depends on I'm not gonna give a lesson in ballistics. Either way, assuming these are 5.56 ballistics coefficient or whatever. Assuming these are like that, again, they're going over 1,000 miles an hour. So she should not be just dodging these, going like, and like it's so dumb, but she still managed to able to get out, right? Because like this, and I thought that like that the Fire Tribe was gonna have the same plot armor as the other tribes, and I thought, oh, now the other tribes are gonna be evenly matched because it's well established the humans can't really do much against them because like the Na'vi are like super soldiers or whatnot, you know. Yeah, so I thought, oh, finally the Na'vi are gonna an even match, you know. But even the Fire Tribe sucked in this one. Like, you know, they like all the bad guys, they just don't seem like a threat, you know. It's yeah. So she escapes, right? They all escape, and Spider, Jake Sully, and the wife, they all escape. And they're over in this river, right? And Jake Sully realizes, oh, I'm like, in order to save this world, because like if they get a hold of Spider and they're able to replicate the things in his lungs so that they can breathe the air, then the humans can just excavate over it all and take over. That's something interesting. And Jake Sully realized, oh, I may have to kill this kid. So he takes him over to the field, right? And oddly enough, Spider's like, oh man, can I take a pee first, you know? But he's like, no, you're coming with me. And like, if you're gonna kill the kid, let him take his pee, you know? Like, I want to die with a full bladder, you know? Like, I don't know. So, like, he realized, oh, I'm going to have to kill this kid. And as they're up, like, he's has the knife up here, like, ready to, like, well, he actually has it down here. Or was it on, I don't know. He has it down here, ready to slit his throat. He's like, oh, Spider says something. He, like, accepts his fate. But then Jake Sully cowers out and says, "Oh no, I'm not gonna do this." Yeah. So, and honestly, like I thought that would have been an interesting place to take it, but like, of course, he's a main character, you know. Like the only main characters that die are so that they can. The only time main characters die in this franchise is so they can fridge in order to push the plot forward, you know? I'm not going to explain fridging. It's a Green Lantern thing, you know? But, yeah. So, I'm going to have to cut some of this out. Honestly, I don't care enough. I just want to get this video out. Because, like, I'm saying, oh, I'll do this video later, but I just keep on pushing it further and further back. I just want to get this done, man. Okay, and then, so they go back to the Water Tribe, right? And, then, the Human Tribe, they go over trying to kill a bunch of the whales, right? Because the whales have this, goo inside of them that stops people from aging, right? And, it's not just, like, they kind of lost the plot, you know? Like, so, and it's just the same reasoning as the second movie, you know? Okay, so they go over to the Water Tribe to kill all these whales, you know? And then they get in a fight with the Na'vi. And the Na'vi, they just start, like, brutally killing these, the humans, you know? And, like, I'm not rooting for the Na'vi because, like, they're aliens. You know? Like, I'm rooting for the humans because I'm human, you know? Like, that's kind of where these movies, where they fail in the writing process. Because, like, they're having humans be the bad guys and aliens be the good guys. But I'm going to root for the humans because I'm human. Like, humans are what I relate to, you know? Like, that's why, like, everything in movies, like, all the main characters are anthropomorphized. Like, the lions in The Lion King, they're given human traits so you can relate to them more, you know? But the Na'vi, they're always going to have less human traits because they're not human, you know? It's kind of like... Because, like, I believe... I'm not going to get into this. Yeah, so that's kind of like where these fail just before James Cameron even wrote down the idea, you know? So they start just savagely killing the human characters, and like the Na'vi are based off Native American tribes. Well, not Native Americans, indigenous. Okay, so the Earth Tribe is based off of just regular Native Americans, you know, but in the Water Tribe, they're based off Hawaiians, indigenous Hawaiians. I don't know what the Fire Tribe and the Air Tribe are based off of. I think the Fire Tribe is based off the Aztecs, just going off my limited knowledge of indigenous cultures. Like, please let me know further in the comments, like, which tribe they're based off of, because, like, I would like to know more. But, yeah. And, like, and all the movies are saying, like, oh, indigenous people aren't savages. But they act like savages, you know? Um, it's just, like, they're, like, ripping people apart, drowning them, and like just stab the guy, It's like, I don't know. So yeah, and the final fight, it's just the exact same final fight as the second one, you know. All the Na'vi are crushing the windows of the submarines and drowning all the people. All the boats are getting smashed by these whales. Like the whales come up, smash, and I'm like, I see this before, and I've seen this in the second movie. You know, it's just crazy. Like, they really haven't thought of anything different to do in the second movie aside from just adding in these the fire tribe. Like, it's like if I'm eating a bowl of grapes and I also eat a strawberry, I still ate a bowl of grapes. It's still the exact same bowl of grapes before you added the strawberry. You know? Like, and okay, and in the final fight, Katie, or whatever her name was, her character, it's like, so she's the clone of a character in like the first movie, and the character in the first movie was very old. She's played by the lady that did the main character in Alien. So yeah, but she's playing voicing this teenage girl, right? This teenage Na'vi. So like you're just hearing this old person's voice come out of this teenage Na'vi woman, and it was like, it's like that. Like, it just doesn't sound right, Like in the most recent Indiana Jones, like Luke Skywalker is still giving this old person voice to a character in the flashback scene where he's in his 20s, Like, you notice it. But yeah. And she gets the torture thing, and she hooks it up to the fire lady's thing, and like she, like, instead of like powering against it, she just cowers and runs away. And like, she was such a good character until you neutered her, like, it's just like they definitely, that ruined the movie for me, because like, I liked her character. She was hot. She did something different, because like they were different from all the other Na'vis, and like I don't know. I just like seeing attractive girls in movies, because like it's not even like a weird thing. I just like, because like in the Fantastic Four, I thought like the Silver Surfer was beautiful, and like just sometimes beautiful girls, you just admire them like paintings. But like, but no, they decided to ruin her character in that one moment. Just like, I don't know, and even Coleridge and Jake Sully, they get in this one fight at the very end, right? And I was hoping that Coleridge was gonna almost capture Spider, and Spider was gonna have to kill himself, and so in order to stop them from getting his lungs or whatnot. And like, that would have been an interesting place to take his character, but no, he just gets away, And in the end, Coleridge, after their fight, instead of him getting captured by Jake Sully and his wife and whatnot, he decides, oh, I'm just gonna jump off this rock and follow his death. But they didn't show his death, so darn well, like, he's just gonna be back in a later movie, whether it be another clone or or he wasn't really dead. if they don't show his death, he's not dead. You know, like that's I don't know. The movie sucked. Okay, the characters sucked. I really hated Spider. I was rooting for his downfall because like his character is so cringe because he's a white boy with dreads. You know, he's like he's like, oh man, I'm hip with the Navi, you know, I'm not like you, Dad. Oh, and I just hated his character. He didn't wear clothes, like put some pants on, you know. And plus he hissed. What are you, a freaking animal? Why are you hissing? You know, it's so cringe. It's so cringe. Like, they definitely dumbed it down. And, like, these movies all three of these movies made $1 billion, right? And, so people were, I'm sure the first one made $1 billion because, this is, pushing the mark of, because it pushed the mark of, CGI, you know? It improved everything after that, you know? It was, historical in the development of CGI. And the second one made $1 billion because the first one made $1 billion. Oh, the first one made $1 billion. I got to see the second one, you know, because, if the first one was that good, then this one must be that good. And just because a movie made money does not mean it's a good film. The Lilo and Stitch, the live action, almost everybody says that's a bad film, you know? The only people who are saying, oh, that film was great, are little children who, honestly just like seeing cool, oh, Stitch is amazing. You know, those are anybody above the age of 10 realize that, it's a bad movie. Movie, I keep on trying to combine words together. Yeah, but that made $1 billion. I was honestly hoping on the downfall of that so Disney would make something new. But no, parents just needed something to take their kids to, you know? Yeah. But, yeah. So the second one, that's why the second one did so good. Because, they thought, oh, it's because the first one was so good, which I don't know. Can't really make an opinion on that. We gotta see this one. And that also really improved the, CGI. But, this third one, I saw it because, I gotta see these, all the advancements it made. I knew, I did not have, high hopes, but even then, they still managed, to not reach, my very low bar. Yeah. I can't believe it. And, yeah, because, I don't know, it was kind of like Joker, where they just kind of ruined it in the final act. You know, because, they just did the same as the first two. And, where was I going? Yeah, so that's why I saw the third one. And, honestly, it was I enjoyed myself in the theater, not because it was a good movie, because, I liked seeing all the things that was bad with them, oh, man, this movie sucks, I gotta make a YouTube video on it, but I just waited 3 weeks, so, yeah, I'm making it now. Yeah, final thoughts, I really hope they do something different in the fourth movie, but they're probably not. You know, it was just a bad movie. All right, goodbye, everybody. Like and subscribe. Yeah, that's all. Later.